Hey guys, this is TheSmooth Spy, and it is that time of year again. E3 is almost upon us. And 1 week, everything will be kicked off with Bethesda's game convention. Where they're going to talk about Fallout 4 and all their games coming up. Very cool stuff. So, at this time, I figured it'd be a great way and time to discuss my thoughts on this coming year's E3, the predictions that I have for what's going to go down, and who I think is in the best spot to win this E3, talking from all the console standpoints. Yeah, I'm normally a PC gamer, but I still like to watch the console wars. I find them entertaining, and still, it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch, and I like to see which way it goes what. I've owned both consoles. I still own consoles, though I play on the PC for the most part, but still, I have an interest in the consoles, as every true gamer should have some, because like it or not, they do affect the gaming market a lot, so it's a good idea to keep in touch with them. I'm not going to be discussing the companies that will have their own press conference, like Ubisoft or EA or Bethesda. I'm not going to discuss those. I want to talk about the big three. That is Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Let's start with Nintendo, okay? They've had a pretty rough year. I mean, the Wii U is doing terrible. I mean, who can blame it? I mean, the only thing that they're making cash is the 3DS. They're not going to show the NX this time. They made sure that you would only hear about that in 2016, so we're not going to be seeing that. They're just going to be trying to say those Wii U exclusives. Who knows what we'll see? We will most likely see, some of their games coming out for the Wii U, trying to extend the life cycle of the almost dead system. I know there's some who still play, but I mean, come on, you buy it for maybe 1 or 2 games, perhaps 3, and that's it, because there's no third-party support. But anyway, that's a whole other story. They're going to really push games for the 3DS, and they may even show a new type of 3DS or a price cut, because they should be announcing something, but overall, they're just trying to play patch up and just, say, guys, there's still games for the Wii U, and we have 3DS. That's going to be their goal. And then the next years, perhaps we'll see about the NX, and that's where we'll get some real attention, where Nintendo will be back in the spotlight, and who knows, perhaps it'll be really good. I haven't been against Nintendo. I mean, obviously, I've played on a lot of their systems throughout the years. I mean, the NES and the N64, they were revolutionary. Even the GameCube was a lot of fun. The Wii wasn't my cup of tea, but it still had some cool experiences if you like that sort of thing. But with the Wii U, yeah, it was just a train wreck, and I hate to see Nintendo just go to making software. But if that happens, then hey, it happens. But hopefully the NX will be something cool and actually can rival the consoles and get that freaking third-party support, because that's what they need. You got to have great first-party and third-party support to be able to sell. Now, on to that, let's move on to the next one, Sony. Sony is, I mean, they're in a good spot. They've sold over 20 million PS4s. They are on top. They've officially won as of so far. It's not over yet, but I mean, it's a marathon, as Microsoft still always say it's a marathon. It's not a sprint marathon. So I mean, but Nintendo got off to a really good start, thanks to Microsoft crapping all over themselves at the last E3s. I mean, yeah, they were pretty much writing a note saying, hey, you want to play games? Go buy a PS4. You want to watch TV? Xbox One, yeah. So yeah, Xbox. Anyway, we're not talking about Xbox. We're talking about Sony. They're in a really good spot, selling a whole bunch. Here's the problem. They really don't have any first-party exclusives for this year. Okay, the holiday season is a big time. A lot of people, that's when they buy consoles. A lot of people haven't bought the next-gen consoles yet. There are those who like to wait a while. Me, I got it on the month it came out, so I can't be in that crowd. But there are those who, a lot of them are, they're waiting for that big game that's going to give them the push. And then they got to make a decision. I mean, if they're not a fanboy, they'll be open to either side. I know that's how I am. I go for whatever platform I think I'm getting the best deal on. So here's the thing. Sony doesn't have any first-party exclusives besides the Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, which is, guess what? Another HD remaster. And for those who have a PS3, they're not going to want to upgrade just for that for this year. Sure, there are other games. There's There's Last of Us Remastered, which is of course another remaster. There's Bloodborne. You got the Order 1886 dippity doodah with that one. You know, just watch it on YouTube, get the full experience for free. But anyways, and now what are they gonna really show? I mean, they don't have really third-party support. What are they gonna do? Because Microsoft's in a good spot, and we'll get to them in a minute. So, what is Sony gonna be showing at their press conference? Well, they are gonna be showing the crap out of the third-party support games that they have secured for like the 1 week exclusivity, you know, all that stuff. DLC first on PS4, you know, that type of stuff. So, what games are those going to be? Well, I know they're going to show a new expansion for Destiny, because they got that, you know, first on PlayStation and the best experience, the best place to play, PlayStation. So, they're going to be really showing off that. And of course, they're also going to be showing off Star Wars Battlefront, because they got the, you know, the 1 week early launch on that and also all that stuff. So they are going to be really showing that Star Wars Battlefront is going to be front and center. I expect them to say stuff like first on PlayStation, best on PlayStation, stuff 1080p on PlayStation. So they're going to be showing that, and you know, that's what they're going to try and show. They're just going to make that the whole show. I imagine a really nice demo of Star Wars Battlefront on PlayStation, which will be cool, because I've been wanting to see an actual in-game gameplay rather than just like a in-engine thing like we saw at the Star Wars convention earlier this year. But when it comes to first party, you're never really not going to see it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't care if I have to wait. I don't care if I have to wait a whole extra week to get a game. Sure, there might be some games where like that would bother me. If Half-Life 3 ever came out and was a week early on whatever the Steam box or whatever, that would very much make me want to get one. I most likely wouldn't, because I mean it's a week. It's not like a few years. So, but then again, there are some who are less patient than I am for their gaming experience. So. Also, Sony has the PlayStation Vita, which they officially announced is a legacy item. So, yeah, they're going to just kind of say, yeah, we got the PlayStation Vita, and they're going to come some indie games for it, and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, they're just pretty much like, yeah, it's alive. For those who have it, we're still going to have some indie games for it. But besides that, yeah, it's dead. Because those who want a mobile system get a 3DS, and then otherwise they have a phone. That's the tough thing for this type of market in this day and age. And even the 3DS is going down, so it's just a matter of time before it'll all be smartphones or tablets or whatnot. But anyway, so Sony's really got to push their third-party support and just perhaps give a PlayStation 4 price cut, and perhaps they'll announce the new slim PS4, which has the 1 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, that's really much all they can hope to. Sure, they're in a good spot, but E3s can sway how how a company looks and how those feel about a console, especially for a whole holiday season. Even they've announced it. They were saying, the head of Sony in America was saying how we realized that the launch is our first party launch this year is sparse. So I mean, they already know they're in a bad spot, and also Microsoft knows, and we're going to get into that right now, because this is going to get interesting. Now, in my opinion, if I had to give E3 to someone right at the launch without actually watching anything, just on my speculation of what I already know, I would give it to Microsoft, because here's why. Okay, so yeah, for the past two E3s, they had to do they were just doing terrible, especially in 2012. I mean, it was just a train wreck. In 2013 and last year's E3, they just had to play catch up. And guys, we're not all bad. Guys, anybody want to buy one? So, but since then, they've really done well. They've knocked back a whole bunch of stuff, like their no use game policy, their no DRM deal. They got rid of their Kinect that they were always saying, we're not going to ever have an Xbox One without Kinect. It's not going to happen. Just get it out of your head. And they went ahead and did it, because they want to cut down the sales. And for a while, and even right now, I believe you can go and get an Xbox One brand new with a game for $50 less than the PlayStation 4. And sure, there are some games that don't run at 1080p. They're like 900p, But here's the thing: you're not going to notice that much of a difference sitting far away on your big screen TV playing your game. I mean, you're not going to notice it much, and a lot of people don't care. Sure, there are those who are. I mean, the resolution wars are a big deal. If you're really into that stuff, go get a PC. I'm playing on a 1440p, and yeah, just if you want to go with that. But a lot of people don't care that much, and that's fine. And they're not going to care that much. I mean, if it runs fine, I mean, like for example, on The Witcher 3, there's some cases where it runs smoother than the PS4 because the PS4 is pushing 1080p down your throat, even if the console can't quite handle it efficiently, which is still sad because this is 2015, guys. Come on. Anyway, so Microsoft's in a really good spot. They have a console that's less expensive, and here's the main thing: they have a ton of first-party games that are going to be shown here. Microsoft has been doing it ever since they had their issue in 2012. They've been going games. They realized that people don't care about TV or all this stuff. They want games. So they said, well, you know what? If they want games, we'll give them games. And they just went after exclusivity deals, this and that. I mean, for example, Rise of the Tomb Raider of the Apes, or whatever. Rise of the Tomb Raider. They got that, and a lot of people thought it was going to be an exclusive, but no, it's just timed exclusive. But I mean, Microsoft's been buying those left and right because they want to get the edge, and they know software sells hardware, and they're going to be showing Rise of the Tomb Raider. Of course, and you'll see it only on Xbox One. But they're not going to say, for now. It'll come to other stuff, I imagine. At least it'll come to PC. On PS4, I'm not quite sure, but on the PC's a guarantee, especially because with DirectX 12 and Windows 10, and Microsoft's supposedly going to be helping with more into PC gaming. But we'll have to wait and see about that. But anyway, so Microsoft got, of course, the big guy in the room, the showstopper that they know that they got. That is Halo 5 Guardians. This game is coming out this year, and they're going to show it front and center. We're most likely going to see a campaign, some gameplay, some story. You're going to have an epic trailer, all this stuff, and then everybody's going to be like, wow, on Xbox I could get it for $50 left, get Halo 5, and then spend the extra $50 on something else. I mean, what exactly am I playing on the PlayStation 4? Yeah. I mean, because you gotta realize that's how everybody's gonna be. Well, I mean, a whole bunch of people are gonna be looking. Not to mention that also on your Xbox, you're gonna have your most likely we're gonna see Gears of War 4. Now, of course, that won't be coming out this year, but they were most likely going to see a re-release of the first one on Xbox One in 60 FPS, 1080p. So, I mean, yeah, so, like, get the Gears remastered for this year, and then play Gears of War 4 next year. It happened with Halo and Halo 4. It's going to happen with Gears and Gears 4. Just that's going to happen. And then, of course, you got Quantum Break. That's also going to be shown there. I mean, there's just going to be so many games at the Microsoft convention. So many games are going to be shown, and it's really going to make it, like Sony, they're just going to be showing games that's going to be available for both, but Xbox will show a lot of first-party support, which is good for Microsoft. It's good to have competition. So the way I see it, I think unless Sony's got something really cool up their sleeve, which I mean, I know they have the God of War 3 HD remaster going to come out, but I mean, that's once again, it's a remaster, guys. It's a remaster. Everybody wants new games for their new console. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who wins. As I said, what I have my cash on is going to be Microsoft with their bazillion games, going to be coming out, and with their lower price point, that's how they're going to win it, because you can't always be the more expensive and have fewer games. It just doesn't work. It didn't work well, guys. Now, as far as hardware coming out with, I know Sony is going to be showing their Project Morpheus, because it's coming out supposedly early 2016. So we'll be sure seeing a demo of that. Once again, that's not for this year. That's for next year. So I don't know if it gets really compelling, then perhaps it'd be really good. But I'm also wondering that's the thing you can't really show like on a conference where they have like everybody have one to try it out. No, just me some guy wearing. You'll see like what the game would be like, which is fine and all, but you can't get VR from watching someone have VR. You have to experience VR to really get a VR, and they're saying that they're gonna have games running at 120 FPS on the game on the PS4 with the Morpheus. And for those of you who have seen the system requirements for the Oculus Rift, you need a heck of a powerful PC to run VR at 90 hertz, and that's not 120 hertz. And the specs required to run the Oculus at that are way higher than anything that the PS4 has in. I mean, you're talking a 970 and an i5 that beats the PS4 way out of the water. Like, yeah. So I don't know how they're going to be able to do it. I think they're going to have to really tone down all the graphics, and it's only going to be 1080p, and the graphics are going to look maybe late PS2, early PS3 stuff, which, I mean, I know you don't need amazing graphics for VR, but still, I mean, it's nice. So I don't know. I mean, that's going to be a wild card to see how that turns out. As far as Microsoft, I don't think they'll show HoloLens being used, because HoloLens is really expensive, guys. Like, it's going to be more expensive than $500. That's what Microsoft said. So it's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be for the rich kids. Now, that'll come down in price over the years, but right now, not going to be a really feasible option for gamers to make the thing as to buy a peripheral for their already expensive console. So, anyways, guys, be sure to stay tuned to my channel, because I'll be talking about some of the cool stuff that comes out in E3 and some of the interesting stories. And afterward, I will do a E3 recap and see how this video followed up. Anyways, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment your thoughts down below, what you think about this year's E3 and who has the best chance of winning, and everything, and your thoughts and your games you're hoping to see and all that good stuff. And of course, be sure to subscribe to me, The Smooth Spy, and take care.